Hello, YouTube. Yes, the guy that has uploaded pretty much nothing but video game videos is now reviewing a watch. So, where's this coming from? Let's start with that. I've always been in the EDC community. I've always loved knives, guns, gear, watches, obviously. Growing up as a teen, watched, the cutlery lovers, the nut and fancies. Those two guys were mainly the big influence in my life that got me started into two-way and watches and gear and knives. And yeah, I would have a whole lot more money if it weren't for them, but also be a whole lot less knowledgeable. But anyway, this is a watch review. We are reviewing the Fireman NECC. That NECC stands for Naval Expeditionary Combat Command. And no, I definitely did not screw that up 5 times previously. Yeah, I had to restart this video a couple times. Yeah, there it is. U.S. Navy Expeditionary Combat Command. And I guess while we're looking at the back here, you will see that this is a Swiss-made watch. See-through case pack, although definitely could put the see-through in quotations because they painted over it. I don't know why you would do a sapphire crystal and then etch or paint over it. Kind of counterintuitive in my opinion, but whatever. I didn't buy the watch for the see-through case back. I bought this watch mainly because of the looks and the specs. Just going over the specs real quick while we're talking about it. It is a 43 diameter watch. Although, in my opinion, it doesn't wear like it. I know that's kind of a very common thing to say. Oh, this watch is this big, but it doesn't wear like it. I actually mean that. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But anyway, it's about 14.5 mils thick. The thickness I would attribute it to its depth rating. It's got a 1,000 foot depth rating, 300 meters. If you don't think about it, that checks out, right? Don't do the math. That works. All solid links, obviously. At this price point, if you don't get solid links, I would not buy it. And I guess that could be a place to venture off to is this bracelet before we get to the case. This bracelet, I've only owned about 5 watches in my lifetime. I'm not extremely experienced in watches, but I will say this bracelet is by far the most comfortable bracelet out of any watch that I've ever worn. It just checks everything. It checks all the boxes. Anybody that's worn a Seiko will know the stamped parts of this clasp. We'll dig in. They're sharp. This watch, look how thick that is. That's got to be water jet cut or CNC'd, because the thickness on it, there are no hot spots anywhere on this clasp. Even the actual clasp itself here. Let me turn this around. Get some light on there. Look how thick this part of the clasp is. They did not cheap out at all with this clasp. It does have a diver's extension. I never use it. I'm not a diver. I just like the looks of the watch. But yeah, clasp definitely somewhere where some thought and some money was put into, because it is extremely comfortable. All very thick stainless steel, solid end links. Listen to this. If this were a Seiko, this would be rattling like a bell. But this, I mean, that's like ASMR. That is beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, let's move on to the dial and the face of the watch. Obviously, it has a stainless steel bezel. I strongly prefer stainless steel bezels over ceramic. And I shouldn't even say stainless. I mean, it could be anything not painted or ceramic. I just don't like ceramic bezels specifically because, I don't know, it looks like plastic. Yes, that includes Submariners. I really don't like a Submariner. I would rather have a Yachtmaster, although I can't afford a Yachtmaster. I think Yachtmasters just look far superior to Submariners. Is that a hot take? Possibly. But it's true, in my opinion. Going a little bit more into this, it is brushed finished, except for the center links, and one part that kind of bugs me about this watch is the polished triangular bits right here in this case. Why they decided to polish right here instead of doing the brush finish like they did over here, I don't get it. I don't know why they did that. Maybe to contrast with the center links. But in my opinion, it would look a lot better if it were just brushed all the way through here. But they decided to polish it. I mean, it's so small. I really don't even notice it. But something I thought I'd point out. They're brushed finish though. I mean, while we're on the topic, it is pretty. It is a beautiful brushed finish. You can see how much less wear the brush finish shows than the polished. I mean, this watch is 7.5 years old. I wear it like crazy. And yeah, that polished center links take a beating. They are raised a little bit, as you can see. So they do take the brunt of the hits. And they're not very polished anymore, but that's okay. I still love it. Matter of fact, I think it looks better. Looks better with a little bit of wear and tear. Anything else about the bracelet? It is screw down links. Big plus in my opinion. These screws are, I'm not going to take them out, but they are quality also. These are thick screws. They do not skimp out. They will not bend. If I had to guess, they're probably 1.5 2 millimeter thick screws. They are nice. By the way, it does come with that. I showed you the diver extension. It does come with the micro adjustments. Little signature, the railroad standard. Very beat up. All brushed clasp. Anyway, talk later. Let me wipe this off. Talk about the face of the watch and the dial. First off, Ball is known for using their tritium tubes. I personally love them. I know some people think they're too dim. They'd rather do the Super Luminova. I completely disagree. I love the tritium tubes. They just work out better in my opinion. I live in a state where not a whole lot of sun in the winter. So at night, you're really not going to be able to see your Super Luminova any better than you're going to see these tritium tubes. And although after 7.5 years, they have dimmed down a little bit, they're still bright. You can, if your eyes are adjusted to the darkness, they're going to be loud and clear. You'll be able to see them easily. Speaking of that, because of the 3-dimensionality of it, I mean, look how those hour markers kind of stick out. That gives it such an awesome look when it is in the darkness. When you're in pitch black with this watch, it looks like you're looking into a well. I'm not trying to over exaggerate to sell you the watch. I'm not getting paid or anything to review this watch. I'm just saying it is awesome. It legitimately looks like you're looking into a well. It is one of the coolest things, and I would get up and show you and turn off this light, but I don't have good lighting. And that would kind of be awkward. Anyway, the 43 millimeter case does wear smaller in my opinion. The blue textured dial looks awesome. It's got concentric center circles there. Yeah, here if you would look through the magnification, you can see it's got that fingerprinty look. I like that. Plays with the light real nice, especially with the concentric circles that are like the finish on the bezel. Plays with that centerpiece also. When I say centerpiece, I mean this center area right here where it's all the concentric circles. I believe that'd be pretty much the review. I guess we can show off the bezel clicks, because that's another fascinating part about this watch. It is a 60 click bezel, and man, is this loud. You don't want to do this in like a quiet movie theater or something, because talk about a tool watch. It is extremely loud, which I like. It kind of adds to that whole tool watch aesthetic. Comparing it to a Seiko, I mean, that's like a whisper. That is like a whisper compared to this. I'm going to make people mad because I'm not going to turn it all the way around for the video again. So the 60 marker is going to be over there. Deal with it. I mean, I can't really think of anything else to say other than I do love this watch. I've worn it like crazy for the past 7.5 years. It is unbelievably comfortable, extremely fit. The finish on it is awesome. It is a ETA movement. Ball claims they modify it for more shock protection, which I believe them. I mean, I do believe they add shock protection to the watch. I just don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you. I don't know what they do to it. It does run about plus 6 seconds a day. I have regulated. This is actually a case back opener that I'm resting my phone on right now. So I did open it up. I did regulate it. It was running about -10 a day, which is still well within the specifications for this movement. But I just adjusted it. I'm no watchmaker. I mean, it's easy. It's an easy adjustment. That's pretty much it. I love the watch. Love the way it wears. I guess I'll throw it on my wrist just so you guys can see as a final outro here. Let's get a zoom out. Yeah, there we go. Wears super nice, in my opinion. It's right on the edge of being too big, but it isn't, you know. And it is a strap monster too. You can this with a canvas strap. Let's see, do I have those canvas straps around? I don't. But the blue with like a canvas straps, it looks awesome. You could throw it on leather, like leather that would kind of resemble the color of this wood right here. I mean, it's a blue dial. Everybody knows. Everybody loves these blue dials. I mean, they're gorgeous. Especially this color. It's kind of like a steel blue rather than like a navy. Not so much a navy blue. Kind of like a chrome blue. But anyway, it's been 15 minutes. That's my little review here. Hope you enjoyed.